Alright, this is my first review ever in about 3 years? Kinda. Anyway, let's get into it. In Case I Made It is the fourth full-length LP by singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist Willard, who I have been personally listening to for a long time, about since like 2020, which is, I guess, a long time. Their bombastic and chaotic second album, 2016's Selfish, was my introduction to him. We don't talk about his first album, by the way. His third album, 2020's The Normal album, whilst slightly different, was still his bombastic, chaotic, and often introspective sound that pulled me in and made me enjoy that album as much as I did. And now, it's 2022. And Willard has decided to throw that all out the window. In Case I Make It is a deeply introspective and gentle album. If you come into this album expecting Willard's recognizable avant-garde jazz rock, whatever the fuck this is, you won't get that. You'll instead get this slow, guitar-heavy, calming style of music that I can only describe as, yup, this guy's going through deep shit. The whole soundscape of this album is minimal, usually just him, a piano and or guitar, or ukulele, I don't know. And actually, sometimes it's like shit like some weird sound bites and sound effects and, it's, cool shit like that. I like those little details like that. The album is nicely split in unequal halves by the track You Like This, OK Computer.
Welcome to your platform. Please enjoy responsibly. We are the democratization of media. We are eager to get to know you. You are only human, and we are here to help.
Let's talk about that. Side A of this album has 9 songs that, in my opinion, are too slow in succession, which means if you put way too many slow songs in succession, then the album will start to drag, But holy shit, this album is only getting started. Side B is fucking fantastic. Some highlights being the main character, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and white fucking noise. Honestly, if this album was only these 6 songs, I would still be happy. Like I mentioned, this album has a couple pacing issues. The first 9 songs, not that they're bad at all, are almost all slow, which again makes this album drag. Especially for the first time I listened to this, which... yeah, I felt it drag. But hey, I felt the same about Mr. Morale's Diss 2, and I fucking love that album. But trust me, once it gets to it, it gets to it. Okay? It gets to it. It's hard to say if this is his best project to date or his worst. It sounds so different from what he has released before while still being sort of recognizable. His performances are some of the best. That's hard to argue against. His voice really shines throughout this entire project. Yes, the songs may get a little samey, but hell, that's his style. I mean, that's what he does. The style is usually something repeated over and over, This is not your regular Willard album. It's deeply personal and not afraid to be reflective of his current mental state. I recommend you listen to this album at least twice, as the album as a whole will not stick the landing in the first listen. And I'll be honest, I wasn't really vibing with side A on his first listen. I mean, come on. What was it? Euthanasia? What was it? No, it was the second song. Becoming the Last Names. 7 minutes and 41 seconds. Jesus, it is so long. And I still, after listening to the album twice, I still feel like that song is way too long. But other than that, this is a pretty incredible album. It's filled with a lot of very cool highlights and like shit that makes you question shit you won't understand because it's Willard, and of course you won't understand it. It's very difficult to understand this man, and my god, other than that, this is just great. It's a great album. It's a great album, even though it has its flaws. Is it the best album I've ever listened to? Not really, but I guess that's not really the point. That's not the point of this album. It's not supposed to be the best album you've ever listened to. It's supposed to be an album that exists for you to vibe with. To vibe with Willard for an hour and 12 minutes. It's exactly what I felt like with Vinyl Days. Just vibing with the artist. Come on, just vibe. And Yeah, I still feel like You Like This OK Computer doesn't really fit with the rest of the songs, but it's still works as a really weird like breaker in the song list. And of course, I love this track and just how long the track is. The big fat Britchie's Blueberry Pie and a long fucking name after. It's only 47 seconds long. It's like a instrumental track, and I just really mentioned this. I bring this up because do a little game. See if Spotify can scroll through its entire title by the end of by the end of the song. Trust me, it's not possible. I've tried it. It's not fucking possible. But yeah, I give this album a light to strong 9. Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? This is an obvious ripoff of Anthony Fantano. Since he won't review this album, I will. Ha.